Cruise Kyle. I got it right this time. Cruise Kyle. I don't know your name. No.
Brian on a boat.
Brian on it. Yes, I know Brian and John. Yeah. Cruise Kyle. For those of you who are watching this vlog, make sure all proceeds from this video go to Cruise Kyle. The link is
on my next cruise.
Yeah, link is in the description below. All right, everybody, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take a look around the ship, and I'm gonna show you all the cool public areas, like the bars, the restaurants, and some of the more public areas that you may or may not have seen on the last video, but I thought it'd be a great idea to show them to you on this one. Let's go. So the Getaway has these water slides. You may remember this from the last cruise. There's speed slides, and there's just kind of like regular water slides, I guess we'll call them. They're just body slides. So you have this kids aqua park. We're starting on 16 and we're gonna make our way all the way down as far as public areas are concerned. Up here on 17, there is a ropes course and a sports complex. It is currently closed. I can't go up there because it's high winds. And then here is the American Diner. Now this used to be a specialty dining restaurant and they changed this over to complimentary. So they serve things over here like your typical American hamburgers, hot dogs, French fries, chicken, salads, all that good stuff. Also here on deck 16, you have a video arcade. You can purchase a package for the entire cruise. Look, it's Cruise Kyle. Brian on a boat. So this is the video arcade of, it's also on deck 16, and you've got, as I just mentioned before, you have the ability to do an entire package for the cruise, or you could do one, you could make little purchases one at a time. So you've got this on 16 as well. And then through these doors up here on deck 16, you have Spice H2O, which is a adults only during the day pool deck area. There's a huge big screen TV, as you could see there, that they'll show things on certain days. There's a water area, hot tubs, smoking area up here, and bar. So if you like the quiet, you can come up here and chill out on deck. Again, we're still on 16, and this is aft, so we're at the back of the ship. All right, and a lot of deck 15 aft is the Garden Cafe, which is the buffet, which you've seen in my videos thus far. You've seen some breakfast, some other meals, some lunch, some dinner, some snacks. Wash your hands when you come in. We're not gonna walk through the entire buffet because that would get a little redundant, but really nice big buffet for your pleasure here, as well as the drink station out here. And then here we are back on 15, which is the main pool deck. We'll walk that way now. This is where you saw the top of the water slides. This is where you get off down here at the bottom. Here's the main pool deck. All right, so that's the main pool deck area. So decks 15 and 16 are the main upper decks that you will have public access to on this particular ship. Several of these Breakaway and Breakaway Plus ships that Norwegian Cruise Lines has, those upper decks are going to have the kind of the main action areas, if you will, for where you can go. Now we're going to head down here in just a moment to the 678 Ocean Place. We'll kind of give you an idea of what's going on in those areas. There's a lot you can be doing down there as well, and a lot of it you've already seen on board. I'm going to stop here real quick. The Splash Academy is here. If you have kids, you can enroll them in the Splash Academy. They give them wristbands, and then there's certain times that they will have activities for them. And if you are an adult and want some time away from the kids, you have your time to do that as well. It's a program that's included with your cruise fare. So I think that's pretty cool for Norwegian to be doing that. One more thing I wanted to show you all was this is where the spa is and the gym. So all of these ships have gyms on them. The gyms are free to use. They do have fitness classes that you can sign up for that sometimes have an extra fee, but if you are a gym goer, you can come directly in here. This is on deck 15 as well, which is where we were just at with the pool deck. And then of course the spa and thermal suite is back here as well. So just a little snippet of what you have, what they have to offer on in this area. I have been in this thermal suite, spa suite, and it's very nice. All of these ships have beautiful thermal spa suites. So, and it smells really good too.
Yeah,
John from the UK, what did you win? You won a straw.
We won some fucking metal fucking straws because it's like England versus America, but on this occasion we fucking whooped your asses and I won fucking straws. You literally knew your national anthem. Yeah.
But I met all these guys on this cruise, and honestly, they've been a lot of fun. So we have been having a good time. All right, so you all remember Bayou. He was in the last vlog. I said he was the best bartender, best looking bartender on the ship. There he is.
Well, listen, no, what I was saying, I was here last time, and I was like, give me one water.
Boom.
No problem.
Thanks, Bayou.
Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you, man. I'll miss you. All right, now here we are on deck 8. Now deck 8 has two specialty dining restaurants on the aft side of the ship: Maderno Churrascaria and Cagney Steakhouse. And we'll be going to Cagney Steakhouse later today for dinner. And they also have the Prime Meridian bar out that way, so we'll show you that in a little bit. Now we're gonna walk down the aisleway this way, and you will see this is where a lot of the shopping is. And I believe on these ships they call it Tradewinds gift shops, or maybe the one gift. Oh yeah, Tide's Boutique. Maybe Tradewinds is another ship. Sometimes I get them confused. But the photo gallery is here as well. And this is the last day of the cruise. So there's generally on the last day, there's a lot of sales going on. So a lot of shopping going on here. This takes us, of course, to where the wonderful chandelier is midway down. The raw bar is here, and wasabi. More specialty dining. So is Ocean Blue, which you saw earlier in the cruise where I had all the seafood. That was on night number 1. And then over here is the Sugarcane Mojito Bar. This is a really great spot. Lots of different mojitos if you're into that. Sometimes those have a lot of sugar for me. Sugarcane, sugar, ha! Yeah, this is a really another cool spot. And then here on this ship, they have the ice bar. So for an extra fee, you can reserve and you can go into the ice bar. It's about a 30-minute session. A lot of fun. I think you get 3 or 4 different drinks on that while you're in there. Dress warmly because it's cold in there, obviously. So we're going to continue our way down. Again, this is what they call 678 Ocean Place here. So lots of different public spaces. This is the Sunset Bar. And all of this connects to the waterfront, which is out those doors, as you can see over that direction. Sunset bar, very nice. Come here for your cocktails before dinner. Sid Norman's Poorhouse is where you saw karaoke earlier. We do karaoke in here. Plus there's live entertainment that goes on here. Here's La Cucina, the Italian restaurant on board. This is what we had last night for dinner, where you saw the lamb and the calamari. It was very good. I love La Cucina, and as I said yesterday, it gets a bad rap, but man, I love La Cucina. I think it's one of the best specialty dinings. I don't care what you all say. Because it's my YouTube channel and I can say what I want. All right, we're going down to deck 7. Let's go. All right, now we are on deck 7. We are forward. So forward is where the Getaway Theater is. So come in here for shows. I don't know if the doors, oh, they are open. Let's take a look in here and I'll show you what the theater looks like. Oh, they're having bingo. I do not go to bingo. No way, Jose. Takes too long. But this is what the theater looks like. Oh, it's a service dog. Love that. So yeah, this is the theater. Wow, a lot of bingo players. They're ready to go. A lot of great production shows in the Getaway Theater. All right, so there's the theater. Now let's walk this direction. By the way, out here is a promenade deck, which means it's generally a deck where you have the lifeboats. This is where we got on the ship at the very beginning. It's windy today, so the promenade deck is closed. This is Ocean's Bar and Grill. It's open 24 hours. Bowling. Of course, bowling is an extra fee. Here comes Cruise Kyle again. He just wants it. He wants the frickin'. Here he is again. He wants the royalties. Again, here's Cruise Kyle for the 800th time. Click the link below. And Brian on a boat. So Oceans, you can sit at the bar, or you can come up to, I'll show you where there's a host stand. You can come up and you can check in. And it's a pretty big area on this ship. Kind of wraps around the atrium as well. So if you want to kind of watch what's going on down below at the atrium, you can from here. This is where you would check into Ocean. So they have all this seating over on this way, and they have all that seating over here, plus against where the atrium is. So this is pretty cool too. So this is where we just were, down those stairs. Now we're gonna continue on towards the chandelier again through the casino. Wow, I can smell the chicken wings. They smell really good. And I have had the chicken wings this cruise, and 2 times. Boy, they were good. You know, if you watch my Kings Island videos, I talked about the chicken wings in the Island Smokehouse. These come really close. This is the casino. We're on deck 7. There's the chandelier yet again. All right, we're gonna pause here because they don't like filming in here. All right, this is the Bliss nightclub. You may have seen some of this in pictures where we were dancing. This is where they held the glow party. It's a pretty cool little area. 18 and over after 11 o'clock. Just a lounge. Another bar here, bar 21, casino bar. And the Shanghai's noodle bars here. Shanghai's is complimentary. They do ask you for a reservation. I ate here, I think the 2nd or 3rd night of the cruise, and it was absolutely delicious. There was video or pictures of that as well. And then here's another complimentary dining room, the Manhattan room. They open up at 5 o'clock for dinner, and it's a very big venue. So let me just pop over here, I'll show you. Quite a big dining room area for complimentary. Very, very nice in here. It's very quiet. in the middle over this direction, they have kind of a ballroom area where you can see dancing up that way. So that's pretty cool. That's one of the main dining room, complimentary main dining rooms. You haven't seen the other two just yet, but you saw Oceans and you saw Shanghai, more complimentary options. So that's the end of deck 7. We're going to 6 now. Okay, now we are down here on deck 6 aft. Aft is the back of the ship. They have a really cool ship model over here. This has been a great ship the last couple cruises. Really nice. So you can get your picture taken up here. It's very nice. And then as we continue on, this is the mix bar, which is between the other two complimentary dining rooms, Taste and Savor. I haven't eaten at these this cruise. I will not be eating at them this cruise because I have specialty dining tonight, but they have the same menu as the Manhattan room, which you just saw upstairs. It's the art gallery here. They have art auctions that go on throughout the cruise as well. If you're an art lover, art fan. Here comes another specialty dining restaurant here, Teppanyaki. It's a hibachi style restaurant. You have to make reservations early for this because it's not very big in there. You can see it's a pretty small venue, but if you've ever been to hibachi in your hometown, it's very similar. They have a delicious menu. It's fun with a group. Here's Le Bistro. This is their French specialty dining restaurant. So you have this outdoor seating area, plus you can go indoors. Here we are at the bottom of the chandelier. Comedy club, headliners. You can see comedians in here. And other shows in the evening. Cool area. Again, still on deck 6. Now we're coming up to the atrium, which if you see this on your right is the atrium bar. So they have a bar here, as well as a Starbucks on the other side of the atrium bar. So you can see there's Starbucks over there. You have to have a Starbucks package, or you can buy the Starbucks coffees a la carte. And in here they have, your general onboard credit, your guest services, your restaurant reservations. They have the cruise next desk. They have the shore excursions desk as well. They have these touch screens that you can take a look at as well. And if you want to book things, spa, entertainment, dining, you can also book on these touch screens. So if you want to come and get future cruise credits, they usually run a sale. For example, I bought $500 worth of credit, but it only cost $250. So basically that means I can book 2 additional cruises, and I only had to pay for 1 deposit, which was really cool. And now here we are back to 6 forward at the end of 6, 7, 8 Ocean Place. And that is it for most of the public areas, everybody. All right, so I wanted to take you all on the waterfront. It has gotten a little bit rainy and misty. This is the area where there's mostly outdoor sections of the indoor venues that you saw. For example, La Cucina, the Italian restaurant here, and Ocean Blue, Sid Norman's Poorhouse. It's a great place to kind of take a look out into the water. Earlier I did take some video of this that you saw. You can also see the wake from here. But right now it is pretty foggy out here, so you're not going to see much. Also noticing the Sugarcane Mojito Bar has the outdoor version of it here. And again, great place to kind of just sit out and relax like most of these people are doing here. If you saw yourself in this vlog, make sure you comment below and say hello. Oh God, here's Cruise Kyle again. At this point, he's trying to be the star of this vlog. This is my vlog, not yours. Hello again, Cruise Kyle. It's great to meet people like that, where you run into them a lot throughout the cruise, and you know, you have a good time with them. So they're cool dudes. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna take a look at the wake again. And again, it's a little windy. Earlier you saw a video of this, wasn't as windy. You can kind of step onto this like directly above. That's pretty cool. And on some of the newer ships, the Aqua, the Prima, the Luna, have bigger areas. We'll be going on the Prima in December of this year out of Port Canaveral. So that's going to be a great cruise. Here is the wake. One of the most peaceful spots, I think, on board. So it looks like it's cleared up a little bit out this direction, which is really nice. Water's been pretty calm this whole trip. It's probably one of the most calm seas I've had on a cruise before. Very, very nice. Well, it's almost dinner time, so we're gonna go get changed and ready to go for that. All right, here we are at Cagney's for steak. On the last night, we have a nice glass of red wine, a rosé, and a crab cake to start. So here we go. All right, up next is a shrimp cocktail. One of my favorites here at Cagney's. Looks delicious. Next up, Caesar salad. And here we go, a filet mignon with truffle mashed potatoes and cream spinach. Yum! All right, and this is one of my favorite desserts, a raspberry creme brulee.